But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Monster Tamers because I've been playing a lot of them lately, and the genre is gonna keep growing, I feel. And I feel like it's gonna be quite the wild ride trying all these different games out. Because so far we've tried like 6 out in like the last year, and it's crazy. And there's a bunch of other stuff too. Like I played a lot of Digimon stuff, some Pokemon stuff. All kind of falls under the same umbrella. Yeah, it's really cool seeing monster taming games like flourish, and they're coming out in droves, which could be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, depending how you look at it. Because it's like quickly becoming the next like Metroidvania craze, where every developer is gonna start making a monster tamer, which I get. There's gonna be some fatigue about it. I know I'll probably eventually get to that point, but for the most part, I'm excited. There's gonna be probably a lot more things I enjoy than I don't. From what I've played, from a lot of the stuff I played, I've not had a bad time with anything yet, or I've not felt like something's been mediocre or just meh. But I'm sure that'll change in the future when more and more come out and I try more games. There might be some that fall flat under my expectations based on my personal tastes, but I'm a lot more forgiving about stuff, I think, when it comes to playing the games, because I just like seeing the new Blorbos, the new cute fellas, you know? They're super cute, and sometimes they're badass too, which is also a plus. I just like seeing new creatures and seeing what the abilities they have and their designs. That's my favorite part, I think. And also what helps is the vibes of the games, depending on the atmosphere, the aesthetic choices, the settings and all that. But yeah, the few games that I've played recently, stuff like Monster Crown, Sin Eater. I'm playing Lumentel today. We play Voidling Bound to its main quest completion. We've been doing Bobo Bay, which falls under the monster taming, sorta. It's like a Chow Garden. It's also Capri Care, also kind of falls in there, the same umbrella there. Also Cassette Beasts, I played at the very beginning of the year. I know Power World's gonna get a 1.0 update soon, very, very soon. We're gonna play that. There's so many good games. And then I was playing Pokopia for a while, which kind of the same, but it's more cozy. There's just like a lot of different like variations of monster taming as well. Like based off all those I listed, they all have their different quirks. Some are turn-based, some are action-based, some are cozy, but they all have Blorbos you get to train and raise and all that stuff. That's like the main thing, I think, is what I would consider it, a monster tamer. If you have a lot of different creatures that can evolve based on stats and training, putting them in like battles or competitions, I think that's great. Setting and a style bible are my two big requirements for a good monster tamer. It's probably why Sun and Moon ended up being my favorite Pokemon game. The nation feels like its own, and the region Pokemon all follow a style. That's an interesting take. I know a lot of people don't care for that game, but I've never tried it personally. Yes, the setting and the style are really like key for me too. But for me, I think the biggest thing is like monster design and how they interact with each other, I guess, and how they are raised, what they become in. My favorite one so far that I've played that has like such cool designs is probably Monster Crown. God damn, those designs are so good. I've not played the first game though, but Sin Eater is like really good. And I loved a lot of the designs I saw and the cool mechanics they did to make all these different creatures. I think it's the best one. It's also the one that made me stop playing Pokemon games, because not even a year out, they released a better version of Sun and Moon you had to play full for. Oh yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Yeah, that was an interesting move they did. After X and Y, it started changing, you know, when they went 3D. But hey, as long as you got a good experience out of that one time you did, huh? I'm hoping Pokemon this new gen is good. Gen 10, it looks promising. I'm also excited to try out Nexomon 3 later, but I still need to try out the first games. I have them, I own them, I plan to try them out. A Node Heart I need to play still, and actually beat. I only played like 4 hours, I think. But yeah, there's still some of my list I need to get through. Coromon, I think's another. The other games that I wanted to talk about, like Voidling Bound was interesting. It's like people say it's exactly like Skylanders, and I've never played Skylanders, but I love the gameplay in it, and it's cool. I guess Skylanders use the toys, right? And I guess you can spawn in a creature that has different things about it. You can just go into the same quests over and over and farm stuff and level up and evolve them, I guess. I think that's probably what this gist was, but it's a cool thing to do because I like becoming the monsters. Not exactly for everyone, but personally, I love Monster Tamers that let the monsters fight on its own. So like Monster Rancher, Rancher, you just let them go, and you just have to hope for the best. I think there's a place for those games too, though. I think that's fun, its own little thing, because it's like you're watching an experiment work on its own. But like Voidling Bound, that's like the exact opposite. You just become the monster and get to use it. I think that's sick as fuck. Both styles are cool, but I think I prefer like becoming the monster. Meh. Also like shoot 'em up games, so that also helps. And beat 'em ups, shoot 'em up and beat 'em up is like a 2-in-1 in that game. And I really love the genre. I think I'm full sending into it. While I'll still play all the stuff I do enjoy that's outside of that bubble of monster taming. I think mostly going to be doing Monster Tamers because there's just so many to look forward to. Shout out to this attack should have killed your monster, but hell, I'm a 1 HP mechanic guarantee pop. Yeah, I've had that happen without the having a sturdy ability where you're just gonna live. I've had it happen a few times. It's always cool. But yeah, there's a bunch to look forward to. I've seen stuff let me look at my wish list. Actually, I have them all on the wish list of what if I wanted to try. In terms of Monster Tamers, I got on my wish list right now. Oh yeah, I have Nexomon 3 on here. I saw there was some dev log footage of that got shown off. It looked cool. I have a Node Heart Lair Null, the card game extension thing that looked kind of neat. Mammon King, which was a Monster Rancher-like indie game. Monster Lab Simulator, apparently. I don't remember that one. Spirit looked kind of cool. Looked like a Digimon World 3 game. Star Garden is another Child Garden-like game mixed with Kirby Air Ride. Cassette Beast 2002, that's gonna be fun. I see this other game called Sculplings that's out right now that I haven't tried. Astra Bestiary I've heard about, look kind of cool. Minecraft 1990X, that's like Pokemon. Monster Patch, that's another one I saw. Look really cute. They look really cool, those games. And I'm sure there's more I can wish list later that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, there's more to look forward to, and there's some that I haven't tried yet that are already out that I need to buy in the future. For now, I have plenty, I think. And I can see myself playing these games in future repeat playthroughs later, you know? So out of all the games on my Steam, I have a Node Heart is one, Bobo Bay, Bugsnax counts, I guess, sorta. Capri Carrot, Cassette Beasts, Coralmon's another one. I need to try that. There's just a lot not here. Okay, Lumentel's another. I just have a lot of games. Monster Crown Sin Eater, Monster Rancher, Nexomon Extinction, Pal World, Wobble Dogs. I forgot I had Wobble Dogs. And then Voidling Bound. Yeah, those are the ones I have that are Creature Collector, Monster Tamer. They added Monster Taming to No Man's Sky, and it's surprisingly in-depth considering it's based on an infinite creature pool. Oh yeah? Damn. I have No Man's Sky. I just used it to look around. I'm gonna have to figure out what mons in each of these games are my favorite. We all know our favorite Pokemon. We all know our favorite Digimon. But I don't know my favorite Lumentel Animon. I still need to see them all. And then my favorite Voidling, I think I might have discovered that. Maybe. It's still up in the air. I'm tied between two. Monster Crown, I still need to experience even more of that game, honestly. But I liked a lot of the creatures in there. So many, in fact, I could have a hard time choosing one favorite. Boba Bay and Capri Care, I don't think that really counts because they have their own base monster that you have sprout into different types, I guess. I guess you could say Phantom Bobos, you know. I still need to learn the Capri separate things, they're separate species or whatever. Favorite Cassette Beasts is also another one. That's a hard thing to do. Keep in mind all the different mons in each game. A lot of my brain power is saved up for Pokemon and Digimon. I like discovering my phase, but there's almost always a show me the one everyone hates for being useless, and I'll show you a champion. Yeah, there's always one mon that is just terrible. But yeah, some of the aesthetics too of these games, so good. The Game Boy Color vibes of Monster Crown Sin Eater are immaculate, and then the music helps with that vibe. Lumentel's world is gigantic. I'm still looking at everything in there, and it's beautiful. Voidling Bound is just interesting alien landscapes. I find it just more intriguing than beautiful, I guess. There's some cool skybox stuff, but for the most part, I'm more intrigued than I am whoa, dude, oh. I'm in straight awe, dude. I'm like, yo, interesting. Ooh. Cassette Beasts, I think, was my least favorite in terms of aesthetics, but the music was great and the type matchups were so interesting. Like that, I love that about it. Like the aesthetics aren't bad. It's just not the best. Not for me, I guess. Like it's okay. I think the music was great and the monster designs were all interesting. Yeah, the mechanics when they interact with each other, I was like, oh, that's cool. That happens this way. Like when you hit like a earth type with electric, it becomes glass after you hit it, and then it becomes brittle. And then like if you burn plastic, it becomes poison. Like it was kind of crazy. I was like, that's kind of neat. So I enjoyed the type matchups of those stuff. And then learning new type matchups is also kind of a thing. Monster kind of made it easy enough to learn. It was just like a quick like 5 different types that all interacted to each other and against each other. A big long rock paper scissors circle. So that was easy to understand. Lumentail, it's got a lot of types. There's like even stuff called data and virus type, which I find interesting and funny. It's like Digimon, but they didn't put vaccine. That's the funny part too. Vaccine left out. It's just data and virus. I guess taking place of poison and I guess tech, computer, steel. And then Voidling Bound has a very simple, like, I think it was 5. Yeah, 5 different types. And they all just branch off and become even more potent or go into like a slightly different version of the element. I'm trying to think of some monster taming games I played recently besides Voidling Bound. It's hard to get a monster tamer at times because you're in for a lot of learning and a long road ahead usually. Yeah, that's true. For me, I have the benefit of being the streamer who gets to play all this stuff for you guys, you know? So I have a lot of time to dedicate to these games. There are moments where I wish that I held off on like a couple and just like hard focused on one game instead of 4 at once. But it's so fun. I don't know. I'm just enjoying every bit of it. Even if I'm not retaining every bit of information I can and I'm not messing up here and there because I'm just like playing so many things. Some of the information begins to like meld together. But I've been so used to doing games like playing games like this where it's almost like I can't do it any other way. It feels wrong unless the game is extremely addicting. Like I've had a couple games where I just played it for like many days in a row. Like Bobo Bay did that to me. I wanted to do it with Voidling Bound. You have no idea how badly I wanted to do that with Voidling Bound too. But I was like, no, I must hold off and keep with my plans that I had. So I was very good about not doing that. All these games that I'm playing now, I can already see myself doing a second run or like continuing at the post game if I didn't do the post game, or doing a new game plus, whatever the options are. Like I did that with Time Stranger already. That was good. Time Stranger was a great time. The DLC was a weird little meh, but the expansion though, oh man, I really want that to be extremely good. There was someone in my comments on YouTube the other day telling me that I have my expectations set way too high about the expansion because me and Hazard were like, because we're like doing a reaction on Digimon Con, and me, Hazard, Alice, and Purple were together, but me and Hazard were both like, oh my god, it's like Time Stranger's version of Hacker's Memory for us. And then the person in the comments later had something to say about it. I was like, I don't care if I have my expectations way too high or not. It's my hype. You know, reserve your judgment all you want, but don't impose that onto me. That's all I had to say about it. I want to be excited, you know. I'd rather be excited than not, you know, have no expectations and still come out the other end disappointed, you know what I mean? That kind of deal. I'd rather have felt something exciting to begin with. It's more fun that way. A little more whimsical, don't you think? Always having that like realist like vibe to it. Just like, it's exhausting. But anyway, yeah, that's how I felt about that comment. Let's let people be excited, dude. I'm just excited for the expansion. I have so many theories about it. Like, that's when you know the game's great. When you just can't wait for them to just bring you more of it. Who knows when it'll come out, though. I want to say spring 2027, but I think it'll probably be like summer. Or even... It would suck if we had to wait till holiday. It might be that, to be honest. But if they need that time to make it a great experience, then so be it. I'll be so hyped when it comes out. We'll have to see. And then Pokemon Gen 10 is apparently going to be coming out in 2027. Or is it coming out this year? I don't remember. I think it's 2027. That'd be crazy if we release at the same time again, the expansion for Time Stranger and and the new Pokemon game, Gen 10. That would be crazy. Imagine the fucking, because we already had Legend ZA and Time Changer released like a week from each other. That'd be crazy. I would like to see it happen because it'd just be funny. Either the communities unite or they fight against each other again. I wish people could just get along already with that stuff. I think monster taming has gone beyond Pokemon v Digimon at this point, you know? Pokemon v Digimon is no longer, it's not been in my head for a long time. I've just stopped thinking of it like that. Monster taming's for everybody now. There's gonna be a lot more contenders in the future that are gonna be taking up the spotlight, I'm sure, and I'm excited for when that comes. We're gonna see who's gonna be the big third player between Pokemon and Digimon. Who do you guys think it is right now? Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, we know the big two, Pokemon and Digimon, but what's the third one? What could the third one possibly be? I know people would probably say like Yokai Watch before. They've kind of fallen off. Monster Rancher kind of hasn't really been putting much out in the last, I don't know, 10 to 15 years or something, right? Maybe Dragon Quest Monsters? Would you say? I guess that'd be accurate. I've not tried the series yet. I want to, but maybe we could say that's the big third one. But which between, I don't know, Digimon and Dragon Quest Monsters, Digimon's probably more popular, right? But anyway, that's probably the big three, if I'm really thinking about it, because the Dragon Quest has been around forever, and the Monster series as well too, right? And they're still putting out a new one. I think I'm confident in that answer. But who knows, maybe we'll get a big four? Big four? Who's the fourth now? It's just interesting because I've always been indifferent to genre crazes, I guess you could say. Like Metroidvanias are one I can think of right now, which is a genre craze that just went haywire back in like 2015 to like several years. Just more and more Metroidvanias. I just didn't pay attention anymore. I got nothing against them, but you know, I'm just was never like into the genre specific craze. I mean, Souls likes, I could say, is a different story though. I like Souls likes. That's another genre thing that exists. I'm not indifferent to Souls likes. Most of them are pretty good. I think there's some that aren't quite as good. But yeah, monster taming I think is gonna be my favorite. I can't think of any other genres like that where it's just like just a bunch of them. And then there's also stuff like Pokemon ROM hacks I've been meaning to try that are Digimon related. You know, they're like Digimon Pokemon ROM hacks. There's also Pokemon Infinite Fusion Hoenn, which I saw dropped, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta try that. There's so many games, dude. I was also thinking about trying the Shin Megami Tensei series later and the Dragon Quest Monster series. I think those two series I need to try. Those are big ones. You just need to throw that one to the top of the list ASAP. Never played Pokemon Fusion, but I heard it was crazy and funny. Oh man, I had so much fun playing it. One of my favorite clips came from it, where a milk tank mixed with a cloister, and I was dying of laughter, and I was disgusted. I was like, what the fuck is this? I recommend trying out Shin Megami Tensei series first. Did you say Monster Hunter Stories? No, I'm not sure I'm gonna try that one. It's not like my priority because I didn't like the Monster Hunter series. When I played World, I didn't like it. I played it for like 20 hours or so, and I just couldn't get into it. Do you remember the name of that Milton Cloister? Probably, I think it was Milster. Milster. What was that game called again? Pocket Monster 1990X? Let me look it again. No, Minecraft 1990X. That one looks so fun. Monster Patch. So far, I think the games I'm gonna go back to and play again, for sure. Monster Crown is one I gotta do. That's gonna be another feature playthrough. And Lumentel, I'm sure is gonna have another one because it seems there's a lot to it, and they're gonna update it in the future too. There's some of these games that are just like they're very affordable, and they're giving them updates for free, like most of them. And I'm sure there's gonna be some like DLC expansions you could pay for that are gonna be coming out. Most of the time they're like giving us free updates. Lumen has multiple endings, I think. Yeah, I know that it does. There's a moments in time where you get to choose to do something or not. I try my best not to look up any videos or playthroughs of these games too, so I can organically get through them. When I get lost though, like extremely lost, I look up things, but I don't go out of my way to like go watch someone else play it or whatever, or like look up evolving guides or best way to level up, best way to get money. I just play. I think that's a fun way to do it. Like, I used to be more into that, or I gotta go find the best ways to get all the XP, all the money right now. I can't wait to see what the true ending of Monster Crown is in store. Some Lumen are hard to get and have other certain conditions to get them. You mean Animon? Lumen are the Tamers. But yeah, I'm not so much of a completionist though. I don't think. It's fun to get a lot of the monsters, but I don't care to get them all the time. There are moments where I try though. Like Pokemon, that was one time I tried getting all the Pokemon. Thought you finished Monster Count. I did finish it, but I didn't get the true ending. I didn't finish all the side quests. I just kind of got through it. The musician who made the music for the game commented under my video about it that there's more to the game, and I was like, yep, I'll get to it when I have time. It's hard to get monsters that are OP. Yeah, I'd assume so. Oh, there's a true ending. Yeah, these games have a bunch of endings, which makes the replay value even more fun. And they also all have like shinies, like their own form of shinies that I appreciate, because I like looking at variations of monsters too. That's one of the coolest things. Sometimes the shiny odds are really high, like Pokemon 2, or sometimes they're a little more lenient. Have you ever played a game, especially a Tamer game, where you were confident you were going to go out and do everything, but then burned out towards the end, just finishing what you had to do? Some of the Digimon games, I did that, like the older retro ones, because they were fucking slogs, some of them. I will say, not every Digimon game's built the same. There's some stinkers out there. We have Pal World next week. We do. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for that too. We're gonna have like full-on, like several hour playthroughs of that every time we play it, because I know how lost you can get stuck in those games. Looking at you, Digimon Cart, you stinker. That's one. One that I personally found a stinky one was a World DS, only because I played the series the wrong way. I played Dawn and Dusk first, which improved a lot upon its formula compared to the past game DS. So when I went back and I had none of those features I liked from the World DS, Dawn and Dusk games, I was like, well, this sucks, and I just didn't want to do it. You've not played Pal World? Hey, it's gonna be a good time to try it in the future. In the near future, it's like gonna be a completely different experience from what I played the first time. It's been like over a year. Last time I played was the Sakura Tree update, where they got all those nice pink flowers everywhere. Exciting times, guys. There's another game coming out, like Animo, now a free-to-play one. It's like super gacha, I think. I might avoid that one, maybe. It looks cute, but I don't know. Gotcha with my monster taming, I don't know. That's me saying that, playing Digimon Super Rumble. When I played, I did not know what I was doing or even know what to do, and felt lost. Had fun exploring and catching pals. Yeah, it's like build a base. It's like Minecraft. Treat it like Minecraft. Go find a place to build a base, a house, set up shop. Forgot the Pal Word devs are making a cozy game. Yeah, Pal Farm. It's more like Ark. Yeah, Pal Farm is the other one though, but yeah, it's like Ark Survival. But still, like, not everyone's played Ark. I heard that Animo doesn't have gacha. It doesn't? It's crazy. It's gonna be free to play. How are they gonna make money? Probably just gonna like Founders Pack $40 to get like extra skins and stuff. Pal World's gonna be good. Did they remove the mechanic of throwing your balls and summoning pals because it was too much like Pokemon, or did they make any changes in response to Pokemon BS? Yeah, they changed it at first, but now it's coming back because the Pokemon's losing the lawsuit. Which is good for us, because that means all monster tamers have the ability to do what they want with that kind of stuff, because it's a mechanic. It shouldn't be fucking patented. That's great news. Pokemon's not allowed to ruin our fun. They are the true rats. Yeah. Rumor has it that the throwing mechanic is back. Yeah, I hope so, because that would be the ultimate power move. Because this is really helping open the gates. This is going back to the monster taming discussion. This opens the gate for monster tamers. It's going to be both a good thing, which I think is going to lean more towards the good, but there's going to be some bad. There's going to be some motherfuckers that are going to, like Pikmon. I don't know if you remember that game. Pikmon, and then they changed it to Pikmos. That shit looks awful. It's like a complete bullshit, like everything about it. That's one I could say is like a bad thing that's come out of it. Pikmosmon looked terrible. Yeah, it just didn't look good at all. It was like taking shit, basically, like really blatantly. So that's one of the bad things that can come out of this Pal Land. But for the most part, we're getting good shit. But yeah, I'm glad that we get to have more monster taming goodness out of all this debacle of Pokemon versus Pal World. I don't know what else to say about the monster taming games. I had pretty much said what I had to say, I think.